before the first light of day touches the earth. She is already awake, while the world sleeps peacefully. She rises quietly, careful not to make a sound. Careful not to disturb the man she calls her husband. Her body is tired, her eyes heavy. But rest is a luxury she no longer allows herself, because in her mind, a good wife must always be ready, always prepared, always giving. Even when she has nothing left, she moves from one task to another without pause. Cooking, cleaning, arranging. Hoping that maybe today, her effort will be noticed, but love, when unappreciated, begins to feel like labor, and kindness, when ignored, slowly turns into silent pain. To him, it is expected. To her, it is everything she has to give. Respect does not vanish in a single moment, it fades. Slowly. Quietly. Almost unnoticed, one harsh word becomes two. Two becomes a habit. And before long, love begins to sound like anger. She hears the words, but what hurts more is what they mean, that everything she gives is no longer enough. She remembers the words she was taught as a young girl. Words spoken with love, but rooted in survival. Endure. Be patient. Stay no matter what. And she believed them. Not because they were easy, but because she thought they were right, so every time the pain came, she swallowed it, because living was never an option she allowed herself to consider. But it wasn't always like this. There was a time when laughter filled their space, when his voice was gentle, when promises were made with sincerity. She held on to those memories like they were proof. Proof that the man she loved was still there somewhere, so she stayed, hoping that love would return to what it once was. Sometimes, the truth does not arrive loudly, it comes quietly, in small signs. In moments that feel easy to ignore, a name on a phone, a sudden change in tone, a distance that words cannot explain, and deep inside, her heart begins to whisper what her mind is not ready to accept. When questions are asked, anger answers, not because the truth is unclear, but because it is being hidden. She stands there, searching for reassurance, but instead finds rejection, and slowly, she begins to doubt herself, wondering if maybe she is asking for too much. There is a kind of loneliness that comes from being alone, but there is a deeper kind that comes from being unseen. She sits in a house filled with memories, yet feels like a stranger within it. Her voice has grown quiet, not because she has nothing to say, but because no one is listening. Sometimes, the people around us see what we refuse to see. They notice the change, the sadness, the slow fading of joy. But when the heart is committed to endurance, truth sounds like doubt and advice. Feels like temptation to give up, so she defends what is breaking her, because she believes that staying is strength. Pain is heavy enough in private, but when it is exposed in public, it becomes unbearable. Laughter surrounds her, but none of it is kind. Her dignity reduced to entertainment, and in that moment, something inside her begins to weaken, because love should never feel like shame. And then, the truth finally speaks, clear, undeniable, impossible to ignore, not hidden in anger, not softened by excuses, but written plainly in words that cut deeper than any insult. Her heart races, not because she is surprised, but because what she feared has now become real. This time, she does not stay silent. The question leaves her lips, heavy with fear, but stronger than before, and the answer she receives is not regret, not apology, but boldness, a boldness that reveals not just betrayal, but a complete absence of care. Excuses begin to form, dressed as truth, words meant to shift blame, to justify hurt, to normalize pain, and in that moment, she realizes something painful, that the man she once trusted no longer sees her value, and worse, he expects her to accept it. Not every heartbreak is loud, some happen in silence. In the quiet collapse of everything she once believed, she falls, not just to the floor, but into a place she has never been before, a place where love no longer feels safe, and staying begins to feel like losing herself completely. And then, a voice breaks through the pain, small, innocent, unaware of the weight it carries, a simple question, asked without judgment, without intention, yet powerful enough to reach where nothing else could. Because sometimes, it takes a child to reveal the truth adults try to hide. She stands before her reflection, searching for the woman she used to be, but all she sees is someone tired, someone broken, someone unfamiliar, and for the first time, she is not thinking about him, she is thinking about herself, and what she has become. Pain, when ignored, destroys, but pain, when faced, reveals truth, and in that moment of clarity, something shifts inside her. The fear is still there, the heart is still present, but now, there is awareness. It starts with something small, but powerful, a voice that no longer trembles as much, a statement that carries weight, for the first time in a long time. She speaks not from fear, but from what? When people are used to your silence, your voice sounds like rebellion, and when they are used to your endurance, your strength feels like defiance. So he laughs. Not because it is funny, but because he does not believe she is capable of change. The battle within her is louder than anything around her. Fear reminds her of everything she could lose, but pain reminds her of everything she has already lost, and somewhere between those two, she makes a choice she has avoided for too long. Change does not always begin with words. Sometimes it begins with movement, with a single action that says, I am ready. Each item she packs is more than just a decision to leave, it is a decision to live again. She stands before him, not as the woman who once begged for peace, but as someone who has finally found her voice. The fear is still there, but it no longer controls her, because when a person understands their worth, they no longer negotiate their pain. For the first time, he sees something different, not weakness, not silence, but strength, and suddenly, the control he once had begins to slip. She speaks, not with anger, but with clarity, every word carrying the weight of everything she has endured. This is not revenge, this is not pride, this is truth, finally spoken without fear. And in the end, the choice is hers, to leave or to stay with new boundaries. But this time, it is not driven by fear, it is guided by understanding, because she has finally realized that love should never require losing yourself. A good wife is not the one who suffers in silence, not the one who endures pain just to prove loyalty, not the one who disappears to keep a marriage alive. A good wife is a woman who knows her worth, who understands that love must come with respect, and who chooses herself without guilt, without fear, without apology.